The Cabinet has approved a bill designating May 1st, or Labour Day, as an official public holiday, allowing all workers to take the day off starting this year.
네, 5월 1일 노동절을 공휴일로 지정하는 법안이 국무회의에서 의결됨에 따라 올해 노동절부터 전 국민이 쉴 수 있게 됐습니다.
If I may say, I think it's a very good idea. What's interesting is a lot of people have already had May 1st off, but that's been private sector workers.
Yeah.
But now this new bill basically means it's going to be everybody. So if you're a civil servant, if you're a teacher, basically if you're working in the public sector, you'll now get a holiday. You'll get a day off.
And this year it falls on a Friday.
What a good day for a day off. A lovely long weekend to start Family Month. Because let's face it, Family Month is the month of holidays.
My goodness.
So I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about this. The bosses may not be, but the workers are going to be happy about having Labor Day off.
와, 자, 올해는 5월 1일이 금요일이에요.
네.
이럴 땐 영어로 This year, Labor Day falls on a Friday. 이렇게 표현을 하는데. And then the week after that, Monday isn't any special day, but Tuesday is Children's Day. So
Of course.
if you can get Monday off, you can have a really long extended weekend.
I think every kind bosses will do their employees a favor and say, yes, take that Monday off, because what a treat that would be for your kids.
Exactly. But just a little heads up. I did just say that 어린이날 is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We will be live.
Oh yeah.
Just letting you know.
No, look, working in, I wouldn't say show business, working in broadcasting and working in
kind of show
theatre.
business, yeah.
I've always worked on public holidays, and I like it because those are the days people have time to listen or time to come and see me at the theatre.
좋습니다.
I'll be here, even if Sue isn't.
I'll be here too, Paul.
I'll be here instead of Sue.
Let's have a look at the first expression, which is approving a bill.
Yeah, first of all, it's not your money you pay at a restaurant. It's not that kind of bill. It's a law. It's an act. It's something that lawmakers are doing to change the law in some way.
Yeah.
And if they approve the bill, in this case the Cabinet's approving the bill, that means they say yes. They give it the okay, meaning it's going to be passed.
And the cabinet here is spelt with a capital C because we're not talking about a storage facility.
Oh, no.
This is a government body, I guess.
Exactly, and you'll find this in many countries, certainly in the US, in the UK, and elsewhere. We have cabinets, and these are basically the top ministers supporting the Prime Minister or the President.
Yeah.
So Secretary of Health, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, all these jobs would be part of the cabinet usually.
Yeah, and different countries may have different names.
Of course.
For example, I mean, when it comes to government, bodies in general. For example, in Korea, we have the National Assembly.
Yes.
In the UK, you
We have Parliament.
The Parliament. And in Japan, I believe, what was it? The Diet is what they have
yes.
there. Yeah, so they have all these different terms. But anyway, going back to the cabinet, 이건 정부의 내각을 얘기하는데요. 국무회의 말하고 있고요. 거기에서 법안이 의결됐다. 법안, bill, 그리고 의결됐다, 승인됐다. It has been approved. 이 표현은 짤로도 여기저기서 많이 나오는데요.
Oh, yes.
이탈리아 사람들이 이제 파스타 검증하면서 approved 뭐 이런 거.
Okay, thanks Italy. I didn't realize I needed to check in with you. But yeah, so you'll have
오케이란 뜻이죠.
teachers will approve your project. I say, good job. I think you've done very well.
네, 그렇습니다. 저도 선생님이 저의 설명을 approve 해주시면
Always. I always approve of your
thank you.
your exceptional explanations.
You don't have to. 자, 그래요. 그래서 approve라는 것은 이렇게 어떻게 보면 평가하는 느낌으로도 좋아요. 오케이. 뭐 이런 느낌으로도 얘기할 수 있는 거죠. 자, 그다음에 take the day off.
Oh, thanks. Okay, I'll be off then.
Bye, Paul.
Yeah, if you take the day off or someone tells you to take the day off, that means you have a holiday, be it today or tomorrow or whenever it is. To take the day off means to not go to work or not go to school on that day.
Yeah. 만약에 나 내일 하루 쉬려고 그러면은 I'm taking the day off tomorrow.
Yeah.
이렇게 얘기해도 되죠. 아니면 I will take the day off 해도 되지만 아니면 뭐 저기 지난주에 나 하루 쉬었어. I took the day off on Friday last week. 이런
Exactly.
식으로
It's a
표현할 수
very
있어요.
common expression. It's
Yes.
used a lot when talking about absences from work. As opposed to being sick, we'd probably just say, I took a sick day.
Ah, yes, that's different. 그래요. 그래서 하루 쉬는 거를 taking the day off. Well, everyone will be able to take the day off on Labor Day, May 1st, which falls on a Friday this year. 다시 읽어보겠습니다. The Cabinet has approved a bill designating May 1st or Labor Day as an official public holiday, allowing all workers to take the day off starting this year. Let's move on to the next headline.
The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and the OPEC Plus Alliance have decided to increase oil production by about 210,000 barrels per day starting in May. A move seen as largely symbolic since a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz prevents many members from physically exporting the extra crude.
석유 수출국 기구 OPEC과 주요 산유국 모임인 OPEC 플러스 소속 8개국이 5월 원유 생산량을 하루 약 21만 배럴 늘리기로 했습니다. 하지만 이렇게 생산 물량이 늘어나도 호르무즈 해협 봉쇄로 인해 많은 회원국이 추가 원유를 물리적으로 수출할 수 없는 상황이어서 이번 증산 결정은 대체로 상징적인 조치로 여겨집니다.
Well, I mean, everything going on with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz has basically shut down a lot of the oil business. Something like 15% of the average daily global supply has been stopped, has been removed from the market. And so 210,000 barrels a day would be about 2% of that.
So percentage-wise, it's not much.
Not much at all. And also the countries who are willing to do this also they can't actually get their oil out perhaps. So it's been referred to as being symbolic. It's just a gesture, a sign to show that they would like to help but actually circumstances are stopping them from doing a lot. So we're looking at countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Kazakhstan, Nigeria, Algeria, Venezuela, and Russia, all part of OPEC Plus. And they're saying that any attacks on energy facilities during this conflict would have a huge impact, a significant impact on global supplies. We've already seen that happening. And they're also warning it's going to take a long time to get things back online. If more are destroyed, it'll take even longer.
Exactly. 이 호르무즈 해협 봉쇄로 인해서요. 전체적으로는 이 원유의 공급량이 한 15% 줄었다고 합니다. 그런데 오펙 플러스 회원국들 그리고 오펙 회원국들이 함께 하루 21만 배럴의 원유 생산량을 늘린다고 했죠. 이 21만 배럴이라는 것은 전체 원유 생산량의 2%밖에 되지 않는다고 해요. 그러니까 턱없이 부족하기는 하네요. 지금 상황상. 자, 표현 보겠습니다. It's seen as largely symbolic.
Yeah, mostly symbolic, mainly symbolic. And if something is symbolic, it's just a symbol. It doesn't really have any practical effect. It doesn't change anything, but it's a way of showing your support or showing your dissent or just showing your whatever it may be.
Yeah, largely something. 대체로 it's seen as something 하면은 뭐뭐로 여겨진다. 그래서 it's seen as largely symbolic는 대체로 상징적인 조치로 여겨진다. What about physically?
Well, if we do something physically, we actually use our bodies or machines or whatever it may be. If we can't do something physically, we can't actually do it. So we talk about, in this case, they can't physically export the oil. They want to take the oil out of the Strait of Hormuz. They can't actually do it because the boats aren't moving. So we can talk about physically doing something or not physically doing something. I'd love to physically help you move house, Sue, but I'm washing my hair that day, so I won't be able to.
For the whole day?
It's a very slow shower. It's like one drip a minute.
자, 물리적으로 무언가를 할 때 do something physically라고 하는데요. 이 physical이 들어간 학교 수업이 있죠. 바로
네.
PE입니다. PE가 뭐의 약자예요?
Physical education.
네, 우리말로 하면은 체육인데 움직이는 교육, 뭐 영어식으로 물리적인 교육, 직역을 하면 상당히 이상하네요. 그래서 physical이라는 것은 우리가 이제 신체와 관련됐다라고 알고 있죠. physically 그러면은 물리적으로. 다시 읽어보겠습니다. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and OPEC Plus Alliance have decided to increase oil production by about 210,000 barrels per day starting in May, a move seen as largely symbolic since a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz prevents many members from physically exporting the extra crude. Here's our final headline.
Researchers have identified a network of neurons that triggers immune cells in the skin in response to stress, driving flare-ups of atopic dermatitis, a form of eczema affecting over 200 million people.
스트레스에 반응해 피부의 면역세포를 자극함으로써 아토피 피부염 증상을 악화시키는 신경세포가 연구를 통해 확인됐습니다. 아토피 피부염은 습진의 일종으로 전 세계 2억 명 이상이 앓고 있는 것으로 알려졌습니다.
Yes, so this is really good news. It could lead to treatment. This is still early stages. It's based on animals. They need to do more testing when it comes to humans. But certainly, this study is showing that this stress that then gets triggered, that then triggers, these neurons that then trigger immune cells in the skin, can really cause are flare-ups and can cause real problems. So if they can block them, if they can block these stress-activated neurons, or they can block their signals, then that could be part of a targeted treatment for eczema.
So I don't know if our listeners have this.
I do.
I sometimes do. Okay,
Yeah,
you do too.
since I was a kid, so I'm very interested in this story.
Okay, yeah. So what it is basically is when you're stressed, your skin flares up.
Yeah.
스트레스 많이 받았을 때 피부 두드러기가 올라오는 이런 상태죠.
But to be clear, because flare-up can mean acne and spots, but in this case we're talking about irritated skin. We're talking about itchy, red,
맞아요.
flaky, bleeding skin.
그렇죠. 이제 뭐 피부에 올라올 수 있는 것이 여러 가지가 있겠지만 구체적으로는 아토피를 얘기하고 있는 겁니다. 자, 그런 증상이 있는 것은 이미 오래전부터 알려진 사실인데 그렇다면 이걸 우리가 어떻게 컨트롤할 수는 없을까? 거기에 대한 좀 희망적인 연구 결과인 거죠.
Yes, but more testing needs to be done.
Yes,
This is not something we'll get immediately.
그래요. 그래서 일단은 어떤 뉴런들이 신경세포들이 반응을 해서 피부에 이런 아토피가 나타나는 것인지는 어느 정도 파악이 된 겁니다. 이제 그거를 어떻게 뭐 약으로 조절한다든지 이걸 또 더 연구해서 알아내면 스트레스 받아도 피부에서 반응이 안 일어나게 할 수 있겠죠.
That's the plan.
Someday in the future.
Fingers crossed and
Yes,
not itchy.
그래요. 자, 그러면 표현을 좀 보도록 하겠습니다. The first one is a network of something.
Yeah, so this can be a network of neurons, it could be a network of devices, it could be a network of people, and what it means is it's these things or people are connected together. They could be long distances apart, but there still is a connection which makes them into a widespread group of sorts.
그러니까 하나가 아니거든요. 그러다 보니까 어떤 네트워크가 있다. A network of something은 무엇으로 이루어진 망 같은 겁니다. 여러 개가 있다라는 이미지로 이 표현을 쓴 것이죠. 우리말에서는 이제 사실 굳이 이거를 직역을 하지 않아도 돼요. 그래서 그냥 신경세포라고만 해도 되는데 영어 단어 특성상 이 단순지, 복순지, 하나인지 그 이상인지를 말을 해야 되거든요. 영어에서는.
그럼요.
우리말은 그렇지 않습니다. 우리는 그냥 사과라고 해도 이제 하나가 될 수도 있고 100개가 될 수도 있지만 이제 영어에서는 one apple인지 a basket of apples인지 many apples인지 말해야 되기 때문에 이제 굳이 여기서는 a network of neurons라는 표현을 쓴 것이죠. So many neurons. And what about a flare-up?
Well, a flare-up, as we talked about just before, it is when your skin or some part of your body has a very quick reaction. So it could be with acne. We talk about teenagers having flare-ups on their cheeks or their nose. It could be to do with eczema, atopic dermatitis, when you have a flare-up on somewhere on your skin. We can talk about an illness flaring up again, meaning it suddenly appears. We suddenly get the symptoms again.
갑작스럽게 피부에 드러나는 것들을 다 flare-up라고 할 수는 있습니다.
네.
여기서는 구체적으로 atopic dermatitis. atopic가 아토피성, dermatitis는 피부염이고요. eczema가 습진이 되겠습니다.
Yes, and eczema is atopic dermatitis.
Yes,
Yes, you can use them interchangeably.
indeed. 자, 그러면 그래서 derma가 들어가면 피부와 관련됐다는 뜻이죠.
Exactly. So a dermatologist is a doctor who looks at your skin and treats your skin.
피부과 의사가 되겠습니다. 자, 그럼 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. Researchers have identified a network of neurons that triggers immune cells in the skin in response to stress, driving flare-ups of atopic dermatitis, a form of eczema, affecting over 200 million people. Well, that's it for the headlines with Paul Matthews.